Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Wikis of Mirkwood with another list talk and review. We're here with David Murphy back for unpopular demand to speak lovely things about everyone as normal. Say hello, Dave.
Hello, everyone. Hail Caesar.
And we're also got Paddy McCormick, who is the TO for the event, on with us as well. Say hello, Paddy.
Hello, everyone.
So we're just going to go through the lists again today. It looks to be a pretty good event. We've got 7 games over 2 days, and we've got sort of in around sort of 16, 17 participants. So we'll get kicking off. There's a few to get through, so we do tend to let Dave sit and slobber about people in between, so it adds time on.
Well, this first player is shite.
If you want to take
He'll-
away, if
He
you want
will
to
he
take it
will
away for
lose
the
all
first
of
one
his games and come last.
So with no introduction needed. David Murphy, faction the Fellowship, and his first warband is Gandalf the Grey with a horse.
Just sorry, interrupt you, Connor. They're actually meant to be one warband, the Fellowship. No, not
Yeah,
four.
Yeah,
it's because whenever I do it on the spreadsheet thing, it makes you put it into separate
okay,
warbands.
fair. So
But-
everybody knows the Fellowship, I guess, anyway. So it's dead on. So yeah, Gandalf the Grey, Aragorn, Strider with armor, Elven cloak, horse, bow. Boromir of Gondor with an elven cloak, horse, shield, Legolas Greenleaf with armor, elven cloak, and horse. So small, Dave.
Well, so I wanted to bring Goblin Town to this event, and then I saw the rules pack, and I was like, well, fuck you anyway, Paddy. But I went in the complete opposite direction and decided to take the Fellowship. It's just for the four of them with their gear is 600 points and with that. No Andrel, unfortunately. So I like it. It's a bit of crack, good laugh. I think it'll be either pretty good, depending on the matchup and scenario, or it'll be awful.
I mean, Calvin's been playing with them a lot, as I said, and I don't think there's been like a not fun game that's been played yet. So I think your games will definitely be fun, and you'll definitely
All
have
of them,
time for points
all of them
after.
being on horse does make it a lot better.
Yeah,
I would say.
yeah. Bit of movement, bit of shitting.
It
Anything to
is
say
very
on his
fast.
one, Paddy?
No, just I like it. It's kind of I like the idea of nice wee small unit, and they obviously all work well together. What have you got? You've got 15 points of might and a free point of might every turn, and we free spell per turn. So like, yeah, you can kind of dictate where he wants games to go. Obviously, in games where you have to get across the board or control multiple objectives, it's going to be hard for Dave. But like with my tournament, game 7 is automatically fog of war, so Dave kind of has the right heroes there to go and hero hunt and kind of protect his heroes at the same time.
Yeah.
I
Part
just
of my
love the.
thinking was because it's 40 model maximum, I'll only have to kill so many models.
Yeah.
It's the fact you brought 4
a
as
lot of
well.
people are probably going to have small elitish forces, so
Yeah.
it won't be too bad for killing.
Yeah, you're probably going to face 1, maybe maximum 2 big heroes in a list.
Aye.
And you have effectively 4 big heroes. Gandalf can be quite offensive with transfix and that, but with Aragorn, Boromir, and Legolas, you can kind of pick and choose your targets, as you say.
What I love about low model armies, honestly, is just the movement phase. Sometimes I just cannot be asked in the movement phase, and you have like 4 ends.
Yeah.
Just move them, 2 minutes, you're done.
Aye. 30 seconds. Done.
Yeah, sweet.
Murphy's just calling a free heroic march every turn, moving 15 inches.
Yeah.
Tasty. On to the next person. So the well-known Ivan Shane. He's brought the Rangers and the Shire. I really like this. Farmer Maggot and Sackville Baggins. Like, what's not to like? Bilbo, old Bilbo with the ring. Farmer Maggot, Lobelia. And then the Rangers, Halbarad with banner. And a horse. 7 Dunedain, 5 Dunedain with spear. Warband 2, Dunedain, Warband 4, Dunedain.
3, 4.
Yeah, 3, 4.
Yeah.
So just a bunch of separate Dunedains.
Does it come up as model count and all that at the bottom?
More than likely,
yes,
yeah.
Yeah.
So, yep, 22 models. 10 models remaining is break and 5 for quarter. You wouldn't always think it is 22 models when you first look at it.
Yeah, it's just that big warband and Halbards. You think, oh, this is like another all hero. Well, it is another all hero, but you can bring heroes in.
It's an unconventional all hero.
Yeah.
What does Lobelia do?
So
you can. Was it
can't,
the stand fast?
warriors within 6 inches of Lobelia can't benefit from a hero stand fast. That's friends and enemies.
Yeah,
Ivan has no warriors.
yeah. And
Well,
then,
actually, I lie. Sorry, I lie. He technically has 3 warriors.
Yeah.
Farmer Maggot's 3 dogs are warriors.
but are they not like fearless, or no? They use his.
Yeah. Well,
Courage.
you'll use you'll benefit from Halbrad's banner.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It is great.
This is a
Let-
classic, very classic nudie list.
Yeah,
This is
I
what he
played
used to
against
play
the
when he-
I played against the farmer maggot just like once, and it was at the WTC, and it was fucking hilarious. But you kind of feel bad killing his dogs, like that's how I felt.
good dogs.
they're good dogs now.
Yeah.
We like dogs.
On to there's several bolt action lists in this event apparently. So on to the first of these. I can't say shit because one of them's mine. So
These are the scummy lists now.
I'll take that title
Not,
for
n-
it.
n-
Yeah.
n- not the scummiest of the lists I've seen. We'll get to that towards the end.
Yeah, I've seen. I've had a quick glance. So Marty Metcalf and the Rangers of Mirkwood. So Warband 1, he's got Leggy with the Elven Cloak, 8 Mirkwood Rangers and a Sentinel. Warband 2, Toriel with the Elven Bow, 7 Mirkwood Rangers, and a third warband with the Mirkwood Ranger Captain and 7 Mirkwood Rangers. Comes in at 26 models. Breakpoint is 12 and 6 to quarter.
I like this list for this tournament. This list will do quite well, as well.
Good
The
might.
other Rangers as well. Yeah, the might's good, but then obviously the benefits of the Legion and that, and the Rangers that can actually shield as well, like, so they're somewhat a wee bit more survival despite being defense 3. But what Legolas gets, the Blade Master, or like
Mhm.
his dad gets as well.
Actually makes him useful in combat.
He gets Night Fighters, so he gets
Yeah.
what the Mirkwood Rangers have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And does
it's
the
basically
Ranger Captain get it as well?
The Ranger Captain has it in his profile.
Yeah, so basically everything's minimum might fight or 2 attacks in that list.
You also have
Elven Cloaks, you
the
can't see them.
You have the Gurits rule, so you
Yes.
control you up or down your deployment in Maelstrom.
And the reroll ones, the wound as well, don't they? In combat.
I think so. And they have like Hatred Spider, so with their Do-Face Assault on Athlarian, it's a little bonus.
Is it only against the spiders? I thought in the LL they got like reroll ones to wounding.
I can never exactly remember because I don't think of them come across myself much.
Yeah.
Has
it been brought to IHL before?
I've had my ass kicked out with it. Well, I've played against
Bradford
it.
brought it. Bradford brought it once.
I played Bradford with it, yeah, and I played against an English guy with it.
Yeah. Bradford has brought it before it was a Legion.
Ah, okay.
One of a bio from Elysium Wargames brought it.
Yeah, I played
event last year.
Mm-hmm.
Actually won that game because it was contest.
It is
so it was
a good
like
list for this kind of points limit and tournament style.
Yeah.
Everything those bows kill is a model that you can't really afford to lose.
Yeah.
It's funny because like there's only really one. There's not many ways to build the list, but mine is actually quite different than that as far as different goes for these lists.
Yeah, yours is 2 warbands kind of.
Yeah.
But you have 4 sentinels.
Yeah. Just
the tunes will be played.
Indeed, they will. On to David Feeney. He's one of the newer players. He's a great guy. And he's been sticking with Moria since he started playing, I think. So he's coming in with Grublog in his first warband. 2 Moria Goblin Warriors with shields, 3 with spears, 2 Moria Goblin Warriors with orc bows, 1 Moria Goblin Drum, 3 Moria Goblin Prowlers. Second warband is a Moria Goblin Captain, 4 Warriors with shield, 4 with spear, 2 with orc bow, 2 Prowlers. Warband 3 is a Cave Drake, love to see it. 2 Warg Marauders, 1 Bad Swarm, and Warband 4 is the Moria Black Shield Shaman. 2 Moria Goblin Warriors with shield, 2 with spear, 1 with a bow. 36 models, 17 to break, and 9 models remaining is a quarter.
Yeah, it's quite numbers heavy, and I think there's a few players that have the max 40. Just wanted to see how many elite stuff people can bring out. That was the whole reason for my tournament being 40 models maximum. I didn't want there being too many models that they're only 1 hour 45-minute games that they're spending too much time moving.
Yeah.
Cheap. I wanted guys to bring. I wanted to avoid bringing, like, you can bring Assault of Lothlorien, but you can't bring too many goblins. In that sense, you have to bring a bit more beast. You'll not see your or lurch or ugly
The
scouts
yeah.
as well, because there's going to be, you're not going to fill out the points with the maximum numbers. It's just, I just wanted a change. I wanted guys to bring something different. So it's nice to see that David, although has brought quite a lot of goblins, he's got Cave Drake in there, and the Warg Marauders are obviously quite expensive in the points, and the Bat Swarm, that entire warband probably is about half his points nearly.
Yeah, well, I do like rules packs that throw in like a curveball your way that forces you go down a little bit different direction with your list building. So
I think that was the whole point. You kind of like the fact that I went 40 model maximum. You're like, oh, that's never been done before. It gets you thinking, rather than building traditional 600 point lists. It's like, I have to build a 600 point list with a twist.
Yeah, I'd say this is pretty good. Like, Cave Drake is a fantastic troop beater.
Yes.
And it can deal with heroes, with bats, although the one problem there is that I found at the last term is bats never fucking charge.
Mm-hmm.
Always fail. Unless they need to charge ants, then it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they've already fell against me, for fuck's sake, I have to say. Generally speaking.
To be fair, I didn't need them because your ants just wouldn't roll 6.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. They're not very good when they're not rolling 6s.
That's basically the game, lads. Just roll 6s.
Yeah, especially.
Occasionally roll 1s when you want to lose priority and roll up.
When you want the game to end.
True. Yeah. And again, never happens when you. So on to the next list. It's Garrod McGinley with the Gator Gang Squad.
What a lad!
It's great. Like
he is a top lad.
You want to see the thing he's making for Gator? Like he's making Gator's house, basically.
Oh jeez!
Gator's flawless, and it's outstanding. So he's got the Witch King of Angmar with the Crowd of Morgul on a horse. He's got 4 Angmar Orc Warriors with shield and 4 with spears. He's got an Angmar Orc Warrior with spear and 2-handed weapon. Warband 2, he's got Birder, Troll Chieftain. 4 Angmar Orc Warriors with shield and 3 with spears. 1 Angmar Orc Warrior with spear and 2-handed weapon, and 1 Angmar Orc Warrior with a banner and a shield. I love Birder. He's great. Like, the Warband 3, Gator, the one and only Gator with a shield. 4 Angmar Orc Warriors with a shield, 3 Angmar Orc Warriors with a spear, and 1 Deadmar Spectre. I think he should just write Gator from now on. Everybody knows.
Yeah, I actually had it written down in a previous army list document that I had, but then obviously whenever I done it on the spreadsheet, it just disappeared. I felt like just putting a text box in beside there.
Needs to just be Gator now, yeah. And he's got Barry White with 4 Angmar Orc Warriors with shields, 3 Angmar Orc Warriors with spears, and 1 Angmar Orc Warrior with spear and 2-handed weapon. 37 models, so on the high side again. The 18 to break, 9 models to quarter. Great.
He didn't bring more specters like we told him to in the last tournament, Murphy.
I think he has done in games in between.
Okay.
He made a banter list with just a ridiculous amount of them for a laugh.
Yeah, in fairness, 1 Spectre is probably fine for 600 points.
When you've got Gator, you don't need them.
Yeah.
Gator does it all for you.
Does it say how much my extra might will fate his Witch King has?
I off the top of my head, I think it's like 353.
That's proper. That's dead on. Like,
Birder
is fantastic. When I was talking about this, Patty and I were talking about a list for him last year. And I was like, if you can't do Gulliver, do Birder. Birder is the next best thing.
And I did bring him.
Class. He's so much more cool as well. Like
a troll with 3 might.
Yeah,
he's a beast.
I did like him whenever I played him with him at Connor's tournament.
Yeah, your one looked great. Yeah, he is a cool model. Big fan of trolls, and like beyond troll chieftains and Birder, like they're not great, but he's just fucking great.
the one that I must say this is the first of a few Angmar lists as well.
Oh, is it?
It's,
I didn't even
it's
actually.
hard. It's hard to do Angmar badly, in fairness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's 3, potentially 4 Angmar lists.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, so
So
like 25% of the tournament is Angmar.
Angmar Gang Squad. That's what it's all about. So on to the next one, the complete opposite of Angmar, really. It's Che Henry, another one of our newer players, and again, another great guy. He's got Gondor, basically Minas Tirith, sorry. So he's got Warband 1, Boromir, Captain of the White Tower with horse, the banner of Minas Tirith, and a shield. 6 warriors of Minas Tirith with a shield, 6 rangers of Gondor with spear. Second warband he has Ingold, 2 warriors of Minas Tirith with shields, and 6 warriors of Minas Tirith with shield and spear. Warband 3 is Madril, Captain of Ithilien, 6 warriors of Minas Tirith with shields, and 5 rangers with spears. I think he's kind of leading the charge up in his area at the minute with MESBG, which is always good to see. Coming in at 34 models, so again, getting on the high side, 16 models to break and 8 models remaining, and it's a tough list. Like it's a sturdy bastard, if anything.
Yeah, he's it's quite similar to the list he's brought there at the last tournament. He's obviously dropped Hurin and Farmer and took Ingold and Madril. As far as I remember, Ingold, you don't back away within 3 inches of him.
Yeah, got him and
Yeah.
Gondor warrior models.
Yeah,
Right for
He's good
holding
for
the
keeping-
objectives
he's
and
good-
stuff.
He's good for keep basically keep the shield wall together type.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a good list. I think what's missing is a few knights in Minas Tirith.
yeah, a bit more chasers, end game, go and get objectives and countercharge heroes.
Probably do with some Fountain Court Guard here and there, but it's grand.
Yeah.
Boromir's fantastic, especially with the banner. Madril's a good little might battery, so is Ingold.
Madril's a fucker. Yeah. He's always MVP every time I play against him.
And he's got that Madril there for the Maelstrom missions as well.
Yeah. And recon.
Yeah.
I like these lists, but I find like when you're playing these lists, be prepared to play the full time of every single game that you play.
Gondor is a grinding list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, wow. 100%.
Same with Angmar, really.
3.
Yeah. So yeah, solid. He played something very similar at the last one. So on to the next one. We have Nicky Forsyth. He's brought his army of Dunland again. He's getting quite used to this list. He brought this to the WTC. So in his first warband, we have Thryden Wilsbane with a horse, 2 Dunlanding warriors with bows, and 4 horsemen. Warband 2 is Gorolf Ironskin. He's got 4 warriors with shields, 1 with a banner and a shield, and 4 housecarls. Warband 3 is Frida Tallspear. She's got 3 warriors with shields, a wild man of Dunland, 3 housecarls, and a Crabane. And Warband 4 is the Wild Man Oathmaker. I think that's his usual MVP. And 12 Wild Men of Dunland, coming in right at the cusp of 39 models. He's got 19 models to break and 9 models to quarter. So bringing the boys. They remind me of Stormcloaks. I say this every time, but they just do so much. They just remind me of like Skyrim. He's painting them so nicely.
Yeah. Dunland is decent enough.
Yeah, he's got the 6-inch banner there. He has Crabane to go and chase objectives in the opponent's half of the board. Thryden's he's got the war cry there. Don't think there's any Rohan at this tournament, so
I was going to ask.
There's no, as far as I remember, there's no Rohan, so no +1 there or +2 1 turn of the game, but still +1 turn of the game can be devastating, especially when you have 39 models.
Yeah. If you're lucky enough to play any of the lists, they're like sort of below 30 models. You can swamp them.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think
you'll cry if you face the Mirkwood Rangers because you've just an army of defense 5 and defense 3 lads.
Yeah, cushions.
And you can march.
I'm pretty sure there was a guy in Spade that had loads of Crabane and just charged his front lines at everybody, then flew the Crabane over the back to trap them all, which I thought was fucking genius.
Yeah, I was surprised that there wasn't another Dunland list at WTC.
It was hilarious. Yeah, so was I. I think so was Nicky. I think he was really hoping to be the only one. On to the next gentleman in Dave Wade. He's brought Barder. I'm pretty sure his son wrote this list, which I think is just class. His
Yes.
son's like really
Correct.
young and knows the points to like everything, and like he's future
Aye.
great player. Like, so he's got the Dark Lord Sauron. Everyone loves to
Pra-
see.
Praise be upon him.
Praise be upon him. Four warriors with
The,
shields.
the actual Dark Lord Sauron, not the fake one we got in that show.
Ah, still can't let it go.
No,
Um,
never will.
so he's got four warriors with shields, one with a battle and a shield, 3 warriors with 2-handed weapons, 7 with spears, 5 orc trackers, 2 orc riders with shields, and 2 Morgul knights. Even finding room for a couple of Morgul knights. 25 models. Again, doesn't kind of look at it first when you look at it, but it's not bad. 12 models to break, 6 models to quarter. What do I think of that?
I really like this list simply because it's just one more band.
Yeah.
It doesn't break until Sauron's how many wounds, Dave?
He has to take 3 wounds before you break
Yeah.
naturally.
Yeah, so like looking at the list so far, there's not too many heroes in the other list that have enough to kind of whittle down Sauron. Maybe like I know Dave has Gandalf and Aragorn and Boromir and that they can obviously try and do some damage, but I
Right,
think
still struggle.
Sauron is quite strong there.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine I see this list being one of the top lists at the weekend.
Sauron is basically untouchable unless you've got something with
Yeah.
+1 to wound.
Yeah.
And you
And
need to get an Elven Blade in there as well to win that roll off.
there is, I know it's only orcs and wargs and a few trackers and that, but like if he plays it smart and plays the games, I could see it doing well. And then Fog of War at the end, it's like, all right, you have to kill Sauron.
Aye, yes.
So
Any scenario that has the random end condition, Sauron's
Yeah.
good for, because like you're not going to kill him, so you don't really
No.
care what happens to the boys around him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and even then, with a couple of the 20 missions that end at 25%, a couple of them have a lot of points for leader and breaking,
Mhm.
so you might not get those points at all.
He definitely holds the points off well with it, yeah.
You're also, if your assassination comes up, Sauron is brilliant.
Yeah. That would be
Yeah.
funny, like.
And
In
with
contest.
this small tournament, anything that Sauron kills is valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
delete that guy.
so if in my tournament it's obviously going to be Fog of War last game, so there's a 50-50 chance it's going to be Lords as well.
Mm,
You just send Sauron up the field.
yeah.
Aye.
And
Beautiful
you're
way
like,
to
oh,
end it,
oh
to be fair.
Jesus.
if that was the case, like, I mean, there's no beautiful way to end an MESBG tournament.
Yeah.
Like, realistically. Yeah, love it. Definitely one of my favorite ones so far.
Mhm.
Next gentleman is Nick McElhatton with the Rangers of Ithilien. I heard people were bringing guns and thought, I'm going to bring more guns. So he's got Faramir, Captain of Gondor with a bow, a Warrior of Minas Tirith with banner and shield, and 12 Rangers with spears. Warband 2 is Madril, 10 Rangers of Gondor. Warband 3 is Damrod with 6 Rangers of Gondor with spears. And Warband 4 is Frodo Baggins with Mithril Coat, Sting, Elven Cloak, and Samwise Gamgee with the Elven Cloak and Smeagol. I think it's pretty themey, it's pretty cool. 35 models, so on the high side as well. 17 to break and 8 models to quarter. Squishy, but lots of shooting. Lots of movement.
Yeah.
This used to be an overpowered legion because you didn't have to take the hobbits. So
Yeah.
at 600 points, you could have the 5 ranger heroes and 45 rangers, so 50 shots.
Yeah.
Mm,
But now, as Donald Carroll brilliantly puts it, you have to pay the midget tax.
Fuck's sake. I mean, does these guys have the ability like someone turns off stock on scene within like 6 inches or something?
No, it's the other
That's,
one.
Is that the other
it's
one?
The Forge
I
World.
was gonna say because that could be a seriously boring game up against a group of Mirkwood Rangers.
You can play this legion very boring if you want. The same with
Yeah.
the Mirkwood Rangers.
Yeah, it looks sort of like it would be a similar play style at first
Yeah.
look, and it's just got spears to back them up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's just probably be a bit softer than the Rangers in combat because even though it's got spears, like the
Mhm.
Rangers are all fight 5, and as we said, they can shield.
Yeah, I really like it. Really, really themey.
And contest absolutely sucks for this Legion
Yeah.
unless Frodo can really help out Faramir.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Or unless
Faramir's not the best for contest.
a terrible matchup is if this list plays Sauron in contest.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the thing is though, he could also play. Like, I know even if he played like one of the Mirkwood Ranger lists, like Legolas is arguably better there, but like he could still chop 3 Rangers probably. Like, so
Aye.
might get lucky with some of the other lists that are there.
I mean, he's going to be the same fight as the Rangers.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's the bastard, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then lose on a 66% roll off.
Nothing worse.
And get
he's
sliced.
he's only on foot. He's only on foot as well.
He's on foot.
Yeah.
And he's only defense
5.
5, yeah. So
Yeah.
he's getting wounded on 5s against Rangers.
Legolas will just stand out of combat and just go pew.
Yeah.
Pew.
Yeah. And if he needs to get stuck in, he's got the light fighters in that Legion. So yeah, it's good to see. That's one of the other bolt action lists out of the way then. And
Yeah.
next gentleman is Sir Matt Hamill. He is one of the other
what-
Angmar lists
The big sexy bastard.
Oh, brilliant list.
with lots of Barry Whites.
This is
I
a
love
four,
it.
this is a
Dorsey.
40 this is a 40 model list here.
Is this 40 on the button, is it?
40 on the button.
Ah, someone's done it.
He sent me a list that had 46 in it, and I was like, Matt, you obviously didn't read the rules pack. So in his last warband, it was like full of elite stuff, and he's like, swap all them out and I'll bring 2 trolls. And I was like, oh Jesus.
See, that's what I loved about it when I first looked at it. There's the fact he's chucked in 2 trolls, like
Oh fuck! I didn't see that.
absolutely class.
No, sweet Jesus.
Yeah,
He's 4 Deadmar Spectres, 4 Barrow-wights, 2 trolls.
yeah.
Hamill actually won a 1-day tournament with this type of list before. It was just like 450. It was run by Paddy. It was escalation, so it's 2 games of 450 and 2 games of 650. And Hamill just started off with 4 Barrow-wights. That was it.
Yeah.
He had so much paralyzed that he was just like, well, I've paralyzed all heroes. I guess I'll do 1 dice paralyzing this warrior here.
Yeah, he's definitely went the Spectre route. So I guess for those who are maybe listening and not watching, just for context, we have the first warband of 1 Barrow White, 4 orcs with shields, 3 with spears, 3 with 2-handed weapons, and a Deadmar Spectre. We've got pretty much a carbon copy in the next warband, and a carbon copy in the next warband. So 3 of the exact same, and then warband 4 is a Barrow White with 2 cave trolls. The hand and half hammers and a Deadmar Spectre. Glorious.
Classic.
Can't believe he's managed to get 40 on the button with it. Right. So 40 models, break 19, 10. Yeah, that's did anyone else get 40? Is that the only one?
I think Bradford got 40 as well.
Okay.
Matt's is pretty strong there. Like he has 20 dice to paralyze heroes. Like Murphy, you would hate this list if it was right up in front of you.
Oh,
It's just
Jesus Christ.
he just pumped all his paralyzing into each hero.
I am fucked if I
Yeah, yeah. I think most heroes are gonna hate this.
And just even the 4 Deadmar Spectres as well. He's just like, right, well, if he keeps his Barrow-wights in a good position as well, all his orcs cause terror. So like low courage armies are not going to get into it. He can dictate where combats happen. Then the spectres come in and go, right, that spear sport go away, that spear sport go away. Oh, your banner there, that goes away. And you're like, all right, now he has this is a list to beat here. This is another favourite.
I think this is almost the same as the one I said, like Garage built before, when he just went hell bent on the Spectres for a laugh.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna really, for people who've never like played Hamill before, this is gonna like throw them off like, holy shit.
Yeah, Hamill
sorry.
brings the S list and he brings Morannons, but just all Morannons and just Morannon orc heroes, and it's just so hard to break because
And
you've
if it's
like
800
2-hour game trying to break 50 or 60 models.
Yeah.
It's just
And if it's 800 points, he brings a catapult and drops rocks on you.
Yeah.
That's not
Or
enough.
heads.
Definitely good to see him back. So moving on to the next army, which is Peter Fenton, the Dead of Dunharrow. I really liked the way he's painted these. They remind me, like, he's gonna hate me for saying this probably because I've said it so much, but Scooby Doo just remind me of Scooby Doo. Warband 1 is the King of the Dead. He's got Warrior of the Dead with banner, shield, and spear. 7 warriors of the dead with shield. 4 warriors of the dead with shield and spear, and 1 rider of the dead. Warband 2 is 3 warriors of the dead with shield, 4 with shield and spear, and 1 rider again. And Warband 3 is the exact same: 3 warriors with shield, 3 with shield, spear, 1 rider. 30 models, so high enough. 14 to break. 7 models remaining in the quarter, all really high defense. And he built this ball thing for them before. So good. I just love like some of the display boards people walk out like.
Or I know this is not a legion, but does this army have Harbinger, Murphy?
Yes. Yeah.
Is that what the army bonus says?
And I think part of the arm bonus is also the warbands without heroes.
Aye.
You
That's
never
right.
you never see this anymore because people always take Return to the King Legion.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
You
But
very
it's,
rarely
it's,
see
it's
the
still
pure
pretty.
ghost.
It's pretty high for 30
Yeah.
30 models. You know, like
It'll be a
Yeah,
good
yeah, it
relist
is.
set. It'll be a good relist set objectives.
yeah.
It's just loads of high defense, terror causing models. They'll just not be hard to move off objectives.
In the like one instance that you
Thi-
might come up against
this is the sort of
Corsairs on like a
list. This is,
seaboard.
this is actually the sort of list that would go through the Angmar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I wouldn't have to worry too much. Yeah, solid. Moving on to the next scumbag list and hopefully the last
Oh,
one.
what a lad! What a lad!
What a lad, but what a scumbag. This like,
Yeah, it's pretty horrible. So my version of the much hated Mirkwood LL. So Warband 1, Leggy with the Elven Cloak, no surprise there. 12 Mirkwood Rangers, 2 Sentinels. Then we've got Toriel, because she's worth it, as Steve would say, with the Elven Bow, 10 Mirkwood Rangers, and 2 Sentinels. 28 models, 13 to break, 7 to quarter. I just wanted to bring the Sentinels because Sentinels are hilarious. And nothing else about this list is funny, so you have to find some fun somewhere.
I think you're 1 model more than the last one.
Yeah.
He drops a cat, or Murray brought a captain. You spot the captain for 3 Sentinels.
Yeah, more or less.
That's pretty much the difference there.
I think this version's more fun.
Yeah.
4 Sentinels is it?
4 Sentinels.
gimmick.
So what's the tunes they can do? They can make a model pass a
And
courage
you've got
test, make a
Eldamar,
model,
Eldamar
make
Madrigal,
themselves, cause terror, and Eldamar and Madrigal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
make
I guess you can
themselves
make
cause-
someone do a full move.
Yeah.
make themselves cause terror.
Make
a
someone-
friendly model automatically pass courage tests and
Yeah.
move a model.
Yeah.
They are great for like objective holding and stuff. Or just
I'll be
hilarious
interested to
stuff.
see how they get on.
Yeah.
Aye.
And
Especially
they're an extra 4
many
rows.
that many at 600 points is like, oof.
Yeah, it's definitely overkill.
Yeah.
To say the least. But it's mad you can still get 28 models and bring 100 points worth of Sentinels.
Yeah.
So I liked it. It was the one thing I could find to make the list at least one way towards sort of the fun side of things to an extent. So yeah, pew pew pew. Can't wait. Next gentleman in Scotland.
Scum,
I was waiting on
fucking prick.
Alex,
I'll
this is
fucking
where you're
smash
going to
you.
mute for the next couple of minutes if you're listening. So Alex
Fucking
D
mind boy.
with the Beornings. So Warband 1, Big Bjorn. He's got 5 Beornings with hand and a half axes. Warband 2, Grim Bjorn. 3 Beornings with great bows and 2 Beornings with hand and a half axe.
I don't know why it says 28 models.
Yeah, no idea.
That as a wee copy and paste from the previous one. So it's a
6,
mistake.
7, 10, 12. So,
Should be 12 models. Yeah.
Breaks
it's
on
12.
7. Yeah. So,
The list writes itself. Like,
yeah.
Like
Alex-
some
so Alex,
some
this
might
doesn't-
say that I put the points level at 600, so Alex would bring the bears.
He won a
this,
tournament with them
this
before,
does
didn't
not count as writing your own list, Alex, when the fucking
No.
thing writes itself.
Yeah.
I mean, his Beornings with so far with what's about could definitely get shot to bits. The Beorning or Bjorn, not so much. But
This is probably the only thing that can actually like take Sauron.
yeah,
2 bears.
that would be cool to see actually.
Aye.
I would like that. That would be that would be nasty.
Yeah, this list is just simply bears go bear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's not much
Yeah.
really to say on this one. It's just it's
No.
very much is what it is, very much on the tin. Like so, moving on to the next list. Plenty to say about this one. We have Chris Murfitt. He's got the Lake Town, Lothlorien, and Radagast Alliance SIP. So
WTC cheese.
big numbers. Warband 1, the Master of Lake Town, 3 Lake Town guards with bows and spear, 1 with a spear, and 5 just standard Lake Town guard. Warband 2 has Alfred the Counsellor, 3 Lake Town guards with bow and spear, 1 Lake Town guard with spear, and again just 5 standard Lake Town guard. Warband 3 is Braggy, Captain of the Guard, with 3 Lake Town guard with bow and spear. 1 Lake Town guard with spear and 5 Lake Town guards, so 3 very similar ones. And then Warband 4 Gwahir, and Warband 5 Caliborn with heavy armor, shield, elven made hand and a half sword, and 2 guards of the Galadriel court. 34 models, breaks at 16, 8 models remaining for a quarter. Yeah, tough. I haven't actually played against this before. Seen a lot of people play with it and play against it, but I've never actually played against it.
As I said, this is a standard WTC kind of build.
Yeah.
Lake Town and throw in some friends.
Yeah. I
It's
guess
an army bred for one purpose.
death
Oh Jesus!
and board control.
Based on the list and player bring it, I would say this is the list that's going to win.
Oh,
Yeah, Chris is a good player. What's he sacrificing his points for to get more models here? Really, Caliborn? That's not something you would normally see there, is it?
Caliborn is an interesting choice. I guess it's like another hitter.
Yeah.
Not
Because I
Aura
guess
of
he could have went
Command.
well above 40, probably, if he wanted to.
He does have Aura of Command.
yeah. I think it's just even to bring M2 guard the Galadriel court, like fight 6. There's going to be a lot of fight 5 heroes in there, and if you just chuck one of them guys on the back, you're like, oh right, I now have to strike against a warrior.
Yeah, that's the most annoying thing.
Yeah, I think 34 models is not brilliant, and Lake Town Guard are pretty soft, so they do fall and die fairly easily. Kind of why people take the likes of Galadriel with them, because you can give them Aura of Dismay, makes it harder. But aye.
Yeah, they're definitely not.
There, so you'll do well with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're when they're played well, they're real nasty. But you can kill stuff, I guess. You can't kill them. It's Gwahir, like, isn't it? It's
Gwahir's the glass hammer, you know, like
yeah.
just chuck them in.
Who's the leader in that? Is the master?
Master, yeah.
Aye.
Master just stays behind and money bags, everything.
Does master things.
Yeah.
Aye.
So the last list, I think it is. So gentlemen and a
It should be
scholar.
two. No, there should be more.
The greatest scum of all.
Oh, I think there's just a page break. There should be 2 more.
Cool. Even
The
better.
biggest scum of all.
Dave Coleman's a gent.
He cheats a lot as well. I just had to throw that in there because he said that to me in the last game.
Well, shots fired.
And he loves his ice cream. Loves his ice cream.
We all
Don't we all, Paddy?
And he hates money as well.
Oh, Jesus, does he what?
Anyone that's into cars hates money, to be fair.
Child gets paid and then throws it into the fire.
Which runs into the fire that is the BMW engine.
I struggle to go 2 weeks, to be fair, without buying plastic at this point. It is a real curse. We were just saying earlier, like, I think Calvin was saying, like, he went into the shop for paint and managed to come out with just paint. I was like, that's genuinely like an accomplishment. Like, well done. Normally I come out with several more things.
How many pots of paint? Well,
that's the thing. He didn't specify that. That's a very good. I'll have to follow up on
the
that
entire paint range.
So Warband 1, he's got Galadriel, 5 Galadriel warriors with shields, 4 with elf bows and spears, 1 with a banner of spear, and 2 guard of the Galadriel court. Warband 2 is Haldir with heavy armor and elf bow. 5 Galadriel warriors with shields, 2 with elf bows and spears, 2 guards of the Galadriel court, and just 2 wood elf warriors with elf bows. Warband 3, big Bozza on horse with a shield.
Mhm.
Love big Bozza.
So
26
I-
models.
Mhm.
Yeah, sorry, 12 to break, 6 remaining. Sorry, what were you going to say, Paddy?
No, I was just going to say Green Alliance. So all the elves are resistant to magic, yeah,
Aye.
and then balls are just for 6 points of might.
Aye. This is
Being
the
Bowser.
child's list from your event, Connor, scaled down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Caliborn has become Haldir. Numbers have been dropped. Yeah.
Did he run something similar at the Steve's last event as well?
No, he brought Lothlorien and Thranduil's Halls.
Oh yes, that's right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just you got Galadriel as a fantastic leader, magic support. Aldir, cheap wee hero with 6 might, fight 6, strike, 2 shots with his bow. As Paddy said, Boromir is just a cheap might battery.
Yeah.
Strike, march, defense, all of it.
Well, we
Yeah.
have child contest of champions of this tournament.
No, it always comes up, Paddy. It always comes up.
Galadriel slapped
Especially when it doesn't suit the child.
I mean, she slapped Legolas to death at my event. That
When
happened.
the child brings fucking like if the child ever brings like Sauron or the Balrog, it'll be like to the death or something.
Yeah.
It's a good, solid list. 26 models, sort of middling area, but elves.
Yeah.
So like, who cares?
Yeah.
So there's a bit of a break there, and then just down to the mighty Michael Bradford himself. Another gentleman and a scholar. He's brought Assault on Lothlorien. It is his flavor at the moment. And Warband 1. So Drew's out the peace
Trick
color.
pony.
What is it? I was waiting for you to get something in, Dave. I was surprised at first.
Two trick donkey, I should say.
Warband 1, sorry, yeah. So Drew's out the beast color. 6 Moria Goblin warriors with orcs, bows, and spears. 6 Moria Goblin prowlers, 1 bat swarm, 2 venom back spiders. Hate them. Warband 2, Mesbg, orc shaman. The orc shaman. 1 orc warrior with banner and 1 wild orc. Ashrak, 3 Moria Goblin warriors, 3 Moria Goblin warriors with spears, and 1 venom back spider. That's Warband 3. And Warband 4 is just a Moria Goblin shaman. 6 Moria Goblin warriors with orc bows, a spear, 1 Moria Goblin warrior, 4 Moria Goblin prowlers, and 1 bat swarm. Again, exactly 40 models, so 19 to break and 10 models remaining. Always find that list super hard to read out. There's so much stuff to go, like just different words going on.
Yeah, the 40 model maximum means that there's less goblins in order for him to get his points worth. If he wanted to bring, say, more, Michael likes to bring a lot of shooting, but he would only get so much, and they would probably only have like 500 odd points used, whereas he has to kind of fill up the points, so he brings more beasties.
Yeah.
I think this list would normally at 600 points without a model limit would be like 50 plus 4 heroes. It'd have to be 4 heroes, but obviously, as Pi said, the model restriction forces you to take an extra hero and a couple more beasts.
Yeah.
I didn't think he would do this. I thought he'd take Lake Town with like Glorfindel and Círdan, but maybe he's thinking like small elite armies. Everything my spiders kill would be more valuable. There'd be a couple more big heroes for me bats to swamp and kill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, decent amount of it's kind of, I suppose there already is the Lake Time one, so I'm kind of happy there isn't 2 of those, to be completely honest. Bit of variety's better. So next up we have Dan Ahern coming in with Angmar again.
That's the last list.
That's the last one. Finishing with Angmar. Finishing
Our
strong.
comrade in arms at Rada.
We have
sent at 11:52 on the deadline.
Classic Dan.
Cutting it close. I take it that's so is this? Oh, it's just the amount. I'm just gonna say, so the Witch King of Angmar, Fell Beast, Crown of Morgul. Do you know what he has then? Extra fighting will and stuff.
Yes. again, I think it's like 373 extra. I don't know why that actually doesn't come up on the
Spreadsheet thing.
spreadsheet. Yeah,
Sure. So yep, that's he's got 5 Angmar Orc Warriors with shields, 5 with spears,
373. Just checking.
373. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just one with a banner and a shield and a spear. He's got the Tainted in Warband 2 with Fell Beast, 4 Angmar Orc Warriors with shields and 4 with spears, and the third warband is a Barry White with 3 Angmar Orc Warriors with shields and 2 Angmar Orc Warriors with spears. 27 models on the smaller side of the Angmar list, 13 models to break and 6 models remaining to quarter, but coming in with an extra wraith. Well enough.
Yeah, it's a standard Dan Angmar list. He loves to have the 2 rates on Felbeast, and then usually supported by a Barrow White or 2, depending on points. Just noticed he doesn't have any specters, which is a choice.
Yeah, it's nice that the 3 is there 3 Angmar lists, but they're all they're all fairly different.
I think that was 3, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was 3. Yeah, so
yeah. There's a lot of ways Angmar can be built, and there's basically no bad way to build Angmar, to be honest.
It is pretty cool that they're all so different. Like one's 2 wraiths, one's shitload of specters, and one's got Birder and the Witch King.
Pretty much every hero in Angmar is good.
Yeah. So that's interesting to see. So yeah, that brings us all. So that gives us strong end to it there with the Chris Murphy, David Coleman, Michael Bradford, and Dan Harlett 4 strong lists right at the end there, after all the bolt action lists and everything else that was seen. Again,
it's shaping up to be a pretty tight tournament.
I think it is. On that, who do you think's going to win it, and then who's your black horse pick? So Dave first, who do you think's going to win?
I'm going to go with Chris Murphy to win.
And who would be your black horse?
Black horse, Matt Hamill.
Oh,
good choice. And yourself, Paddy?
Dave's took my black horse, so he has. I'm going to say dark horse is going to be. I'm going to go for Dave Wade with Sauron. I like the idea of just one.
That's who I would have gone for.
That's who I was thinking for mine, to be honest.
It's just that one warband, and it's still 25 models. Like he's pretty much probably going to win Fog of War at the end. So he basically climbs the ladder in the last game. So depending on how well he does in other games.
And as I said, like only the Bears list can actually feasibly take down Sauron.
Yeah. On paper, yeah. There's not enough heroes and wee tricks and that to break through it.
Yeah. Who do you think's gonna win?
Who I think's gonna win? I don't know. Like, I'm probably gonna. I want to be something different than Dave's, so I'll go with. No, not the child. Fuck the child. We'll let Ivan win another one again.
I guess since I would have picked Dave Wade for the dark horse, but since the 2 other dark horses, I think I'm gonna go with Alex for a laugh for my dark horse, because you never know with Bears. Never know.
Yeah. You need to be a good player. You need to be a good player.
Really
Your problem is you need to remember your rules.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe in
Alex.
Alex.
Be like,
I believe in you.
Alex would be like, I didn't know I had Monstrous Charge. Alex is running 3 attacks all the time. It's like, Alex, you have Monstrous Charge.
Alex probably keeping them in their man form as well. Begin with.
You never know. If you remember your rules, Alex, you never know. The win against it's going to be between probably Coleman and Bradford if you have already picked the other 2, to be honest. So I'd probably say Bradford's due to win one sometime soon.
The ultimate bridesmaid.
I think they're all really nice lists. There's nothing really that's the same.
There's a lovely spread of things.
There's lots of dirty shooting ones. There's lots that have got close to the model limit. There's some nice hero heavy ones.
Yeah, Dave Murphy.
Yeah, Dave just rocking it with 4 models. I absolutely love that. And then I
The
can obviously
smallest
bring in like
box ever
yeah,
required.
yeah,
Look,
yeah,
as I said, it went from 68 models to 4.
yeah. It's a really good mix. It's good to see it. Like you don't often
Yeah.
like I always find you at least get 1 or 2 lists that are like really similar. I think even at mine, like you and Garage Paddy ended up playing or one of the recent ones, and they were quite similar. Just in terms of like, you know, like what do you do in that instance? The
So
game just
I
narrates
think
itself.
so many of the lists, because of the event restrictions, are kind of all, nearly every list is like a dark horse.
Yeah.
Like it could surprise you.
This is why I'm looking forward to your event
And,
with the
and
unsung hero thing.
and seven games. That extra game could be like as bad the difference. It could tip someone like from like middle to maybe a podium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
And
So
Fog
it's-
of War is a very swingy scenario. You can score so many points in it.
Yeah.
I whenever we usually the last game, you can't play anyone until the last game. Am I gonna just push that back to 7, do you think? Or
Oh, yeah.
aye. So
Yeah.
But
that's fair.
there's enough people at the event that everyone can get like 6 different opponents.
Yeah, 7 games over 2 days, so like hour and 45 minutes. So what is it, 4 first day, 3 the second day? Something
Aye.
like that.
Yeah, 4 games the first day, so it'll be an earlier finish on the Sunday.
That's always nice. Bank holiday on Monday anyway, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I think I wanted to have the 4 games on Saturday because I knew if there was going to be people traveling over from GBHL, in this case it'll be. I think it's just Chris Mervitt. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with a couple of names there, so but I think you
No,
know
it's
them all as.
I think it's just Chris.
I think so, yeah.
I think it works out well for him as well that it'll be wrapped up around 4 or 5. That
Yeah.
If I think he mentioned that he was going home Monday potentially, so it means if he was flying home Sunday night, he wouldn't be rushing back to the
Yeah.
airport.
It's a good thing to consider. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, it'll be held at Exploding Dice's new premises, which is great. I was there for the first time last night. It was class. It's got a pool table and stuff as well. So if you do finish your game early and you're done with your KFC or whatever, you can play a game of pool.
So I can be shouted another game.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, sure. Life's for living. So yeah, that was the list for Breakthrough of Bangor. We're not going to do the Pairings. Paddy is going. So what do you say you're going to do, Paddy?
I'm gonna do it whenever people come in. They just draw a number, and that's who you're playing, rather than giving like well, it's not really an unfair advantage. You kind of know what your opponent has 48 hours before the game, so you basically rock up and you'd be like, "All right, I'm playing Dave or I'm playing Connor," based on the draw. So yeah, well,
Everybody
maybe
finds out on the day.
get some lollipop sticks or something.
Yeah, draw straws.
Yeah, draw straws. That's it.
Right. Well, sweet. We'll wrap up there. Thanks very much for joining me, lads. We'll try and get another one. I always do try and say I'll get footage of the tournaments and rarely do. So we'll see what happens. With the next one, we're probably going to do another one for Dave's Irish Masters as well. So we'll see how we get on with that. So yeah, thanks very much for joining us, and yeah, take it easy.
No worries. Cheers.
Thank you.